Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining me. So I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about planning um, and the importance of planning because it really is essential that we do this. So I was talking with someone recently, and elite families plan like probably hundreds of years in advance. And this is one reason that they accomplish things because they plan ahead, actually have meetings periodically, and they actually get things done. They have goals and they mean to achieve them. Even if the current generation doesn't meet the goals, the next generation is going to meet the goals. And what we need to be doing is doing something similar and planning for our families, for our futures, whatever. That's what we need to be doing. So I feel like, oh my gosh, some interesting things happened to me, but I feel like people that are around you and that are with you, want to know your planning abilities and what you know about generational wealth and things like that. So let me talk for just a second about planning. So if you, let's say you have goals, you want to purchase, what's the American dream? Home, white picket fence, and 2.5 kids. But then maybe that's not your dream. Maybe you want the home. Maybe you want some investment properties. Maybe you want some luxury vehicles. Maybe you want a luxury vehicle rental, exotic car rental business. Or maybe you want to like invest in apartment complexes or duplexes or, you know, three flat, five flat family homes or whatever businesses. Maybe you want to do some business acquisition. You need to be writing down your goals for the future and you need to be thinking about how you're going to get there. And when you have a partner, your partner needs to be on the same page with you when it comes to your goals and planning for the future and thinking about what the two of you want together. Because if you have a partner that ain't thinking about this stuff, you need a partner that's thinking about this stuff. That's the bottom line. So if your partner can get on the same page, okay. But if your partner is not and they're wrecking your plans, um, you probably need to consider whether you want to stay with that partner or not because that partner is going to either help you or hinder you in meeting your plans for the future. And if you know you have good, solid plans, why would you give those plans up for what? Because you could find a partner, I think, that can be on one accord with you or, um, on the same page with you when it comes to those goals. So you need to think about planning in different areas of your life financially, and it can be, and that's maybe one of the biggest areas, but definitely thinking about family. Do you want a family? Do you not want a family? If you want a family, how many kids? Do you want to get married? Do you not want to get married? If you want to get married, what kind of partner do you want? What kind of characteristics does that partner need to have? Like, what are the things that are important in your relationship? When you think about your relationship, you also need to be planning. So you need to be thinking about, okay, what are some things that we could do to make things better? Like, there are certain things that happen every year with you and your partner. So, or maybe you're thinking about, okay, we want to take a vacation. Okay, well then don't be spending out the entire year or all the time. If you want to save money for a vacation, save the money for the vacation, meet your goals, work together, plan for what you want to do, and execute those plans. Think about what you really want to accomplish in your lifetime and how to get there. And I know some people be thinking it's boring and, oh, why would you want to do that? But it's not a waste of time because when you look into your future and you see the things that you want to accomplish and you're doing everything that you can to get there, the future version of you is going to thank you and be happy. You're going to be happy and I think feel good feel like you accomplished something, but also feeling good because you get to do what you want to do. Um, and maybe you sacrificed a few things now, a few pairs of shoes or, outfits so that you could do that vacation that you want to do later. Okay? Start thinking, planning. Like, for example, I know some people that are usually really good planners are Tauruses. Also, Capricorns. They think way ahead in the future. Sagittarius. They think, into the future, and that's great. Um, if you have kids, you want to think about planning for their financial future, their homes, if you want to make sure that they have a home or, transportation, things like that, that they have money as well that they can invest or do something with, or maybe they have something, that they could keep in the family away, like a business or something, away for them to be financially in a decent place. So these are things to think about, just planning, like I'm saying, for the future. Thinking about what you want for your family, finances for, whatever it is that you want to plan for, vacations or businesses or, say, for example, some parents like will get insurance policies, and I know one parent in particular, he passed away and he was really young, unexpectedly. He passed away, but he ended up having a $250,000 insurance policy for his daughter. So, when she turns of age, then, she will be fine, financially for at least a little while, because now, the value of the dollar is crashing out right now. But that's funny. It's probably one of the first times that anyone said that. But um, what I would say is, it's important for you to think about things like this. So, for example, some people do put insurance policies on their homes. So, if anything were to happen, then their home is going to be paid for. Or some people put insurance policies on, say, if you, or a family member or loved one is in trucking, then you put insurance policy on the truck, and if anything happens, it's paid for. Or, maybe you created an annuity, and so you have so much money that you can, expect each month for yourself because you set it aside for yourself. So it's like you're working for now for at least 2 years at a time. And so think about, like, if you don't spend all the money, like, say you do spend a fourth of the money that you make, and let's say, that's, I don't know, if you work 1 year but you make enough money for 4 years, then you don't have to make that much, like, you don't have to work that many years to retire, unless you just want to run it up and see just how much you can make. But just think about, you can do that. You can actually save for a certain number of years. You can also plan, okay, you could sell stocks, or you could sell stock options, or you can trade stocks, or you can, do bonds. You could do, there's a lot of different things, but there's a lot of different things you could invest in, but these are just some things that you want to consider doing so that you can be okay when anything happens. But like I was saying again, just that, so the insurance policy, going back to that for a second. So think about this. You can do insurance. So you can buy a policy. Say you have a huge business, you can make sure that you have a policy. Let's say you have 2 partners. You can make sure you have a policy on those partners. So if anything were to happen and the business needs someone to step in and take over, then that policy would help tremendously. If there needs to be training for the person, they need to get up to speed, and you need to, have help with expenses for the business until the business is up and fully running again with a new partner. Then there are things that you could do. So there's just a lot of ways that you could think about planning for the future. I'm going to stop for now, but I feel like I got into a lot of stuff. I just was going in different directions to try to put information out there to help. So I hope this information was helpful and entertaining as always. Happy lightning fast manifesting, and I will bring you another video soon if I can. Thank you so much for joining me. Love y'all. Talk to y'all soon. Bye for now.